Rooms for Vanishing, a novel, by Stuart Nadler. Read for you by Mark Bramhall, Orlagh Cassidy, Kathleen Gati, and Bruce Mann. For Chemise. Kindertotenlieder, London, 1979. Sonia. Oh, I had tried to reach her before. That was never the problem. I was always trying to reach her, to talk with her, to be nearer to her, to experience her visitations more completely. But when I grew close, which I often did, she wasn't there. If anyone ever bothered to ask me what happened then in the darkness as I lay waiting for my child to come home, to return to me, to appear to me as she had in life, I would have told that person the truth, which is that she goes away. She goes. She goes. As she should have. I never expected otherwise. Not really. The truth was that she had been going from the moment she was first here with me. When she was born, she was calm, like a woman in middle age having already been told the terrible news. This is life. Beware. No one gets out unscathed. On the morning of her 9th birthday, I found her outside in the sun speaking aloud to someone who wasn't there. And when she came inside, finally, after an hour of this, she told me it was my mother she was speaking to. My first mother, shot dead beside a train in a forest, 990 miles northwest of my house in London, and that my mother had been asking after my well-being, that she had come to talk after all this time among the dead, and my daughter told my mother that she was looking after me, but not for long. Others would have to do it soon because she was going too, she said, just like everyone else had. We have no power to stop this rushing off into other heavens, do we? Later I had to ask Anya, did she say anything else? Did my mother tell you anything more? This was near Paris, in the small house we went to, a place I could not afford, a place I detested. The old wisdom says that when a child dies, the child dies having known everything, having received all knowledge. During those final months, someone said this to me. It was the case then that people very frequently pulled me aside into strange corners to tell me ghastly things like this. And it was also the case that I found myself asking ghastly things of my child. For instance, this question, which I asked in the back garden, while bees hovered. They were bees that Anya understood somehow would not sting her, but would only sting me. Part of this new wisdom was to understand the amount of suffering a mother had to endure. Did she say anything else? I asked again, and Anya looked to me and said, what was her name? And I said my mother's name was Fanya, and she said, this is a very pretty name, Fanya, and I said, I remember almost nothing about her but the name, and she said, this is something your mother told me, and I asked her to repeat this, and she said, your mother says you probably remember nothing, that she is a shadow to you. The opposite of reason is not always the same as a lie. Doctors had given Anya medicine, and the medicine was making her hallucinate, and the combination of the medicine and the hallucinations was making her talk about my dead mother. This is what Franz was always reminding me, that the drugs had powerful consequences. But I hated Franz very much then, and I did not care for the truth. Everyone, after all, was dying everywhere, and I was not dying anywhere but there in the garden, in the city's heat. I dressed as if I were mourning months before I needed to, and I never stopped. There are separate rooms, Anya said, when I pressed her to describe how it was she got to talk to my mother. Separate rooms like separate trains. I am on one side of the wall, you are on the other side of the wall. I am on one train, you are on the other train. What don't you get, Mamma? Separate rooms, separate trains. The day before, Anya and I had played hide-and-seek, and when she could not find me, when she grew too tired to keep looking, I said, I am on one side of the wall, you are on the other side of the wall. Move through the wall, Anya had said. Move through the wall, Mamma. And I told her it doesn't
Sample complete. Ready to continue?